Welcome everybody. I haven't done a video in a while and I did this whole video and it didn't show any of the picture. It only showed the video, so or the sound, the audio. So now I'm having to redo it, but that's okay. This is just gives me extra practice to get back on here and start doing videos for you guys again. So on my Instagram page, Harvest Lane Stampers, I said that I would do a video on how to make this card. It's a little bit different than the normal cards that we do because you're using your designer series paper or your DSP paper as your main part of your card instead of just as decorations on your card and using your cardstock as the base holder. So I'll kind of explain more as we go, but this is the card that I showed on Instagram. If you like this video, please give me a subscribe or a like or repost it, share it, whatever you can do to help me, that would be great. All right, so let me show you the card that I already made, and then we'll go into how I made it. And so I decided this time I was going to do a Valentine's Day card. So this is what I'm going to show you how to do. The paper that I used was paper from the Sweet Talk Designer Series paper, and these are a collection that I do whenever I get my designer series paper in. That way I know what my coordinating colors are and what all the paper is in the packet. And it's a quick, easy reference for me when I'm decorating cards. So this is what we're going to use. I'm going to actually use this paper up here because it is not a directional paper. And if you read my Instagram post, you would have seen that I said that directional paper can be sometimes tricky with this card. So we're going to use a non-directional paper to make this a little bit simpler and to go well. So we have our paper. Then I also am using part of that bundle, the Sweet Conversations stamp set, as well as the dies called Sweethearts. And these are what each of the dies look like already cut out. All of these can be found in the mini catalog, June to January 2022. This actually comes in a bundle with, let's see here, the paper, the stamps, the dies, one more page. It came with the ribbon that we are going to use today also. It came with some sweet boxes, but I don't have those with me right there. And then it came with iridescent rhinestones. I did not get the rhinestones. I didn't get the the embossing folder, but I got everything else. So this bundle is $42.25, and that is the stamps and the dies. If you're wanting the whole set, it's $86.25. Actually, that's a pretty good price. So this is what this set looks like in the catalog. If you want a catalog, you can reach out to me either by my email, Lori.harvestlanestampers@gmail.com, or you can contact me on my Instagram page and ask for a catalog, and I can get your address and send it to you. All right, so that's what we're going to do. So the first thing that I have is some leftover real red cardstock, and that's where I'm going to start with my cutting first. So this is going to be just like a normal base card that we would cut. We're going to cut it at 4 1/4 by 5 1/2, which this is already cut exactly to 4 1/4 and 5 1/2. So that's that one. And we're not doing any folds on this one. This is just like that. Then we're going to take our paper. and we are going to cut it at 5 1/4. And we'll set this piece aside, and then we are going to cut this at 11 3/4. 11 3/4. And I'll put all the measurements down in the description below, but also the measurements are on my Instagram, and I will when I post this card on Instagram, I will have that there for you also. Okay, so now let's score this. So with designer series paper, it's really important not to press too hard on your scoring tool. I'm pressing my paper all the way up so I get a good score line. But then I'm just going to lightly press so that it doesn't tear my designer series paper. Then I'm going to come, so the first one was at 10, the next one is at 7, and I'm just using my measurements on my my scoring, my cutting board, sorry, here, and going to 4, and that will be it for that piece. Okay, so we're going to come back in here, and I'm just going to find these lines, and I'm just going to varnish them. You can use your hands. You can also use your scoring blade. And we're just going to go through and just make sure that these are good, tight lines, just like this. All right. Then we will have the front of our card. So let's go like this. So this is the way. So let me show you how I did that because I flipped this. So I took the first piece and I flipped it over, and then I folded it in, and I got my card like this. I could, if I wanted to, go like this. That would be just as cute, but I really liked the way this was this way. So okay, this will be my inside, and I'll go like this. All right, so that's where we're at here. Let me pull this down just a little bit so you can see what I'm doing. Oh, somebody's at the front door. All right, so I'm going to just use my Tombow glue and come around here and put some glue on there. And then I'm going to fold it over and give it a good press. Your silicone mat is great for this also. That way, if any glue comes out to the sides, it doesn't go on your paper. It goes actually on your silicone mat. All right, then what I'm going to do is I'm going to flip this over, and I am going to use my adhesive. My Stamp and Seal Plus is what I'm using. I'm going to bring in my real red card. Look, I already got, let's flip this over so I don't make a mess. And then we're just going to put this down. So I cut this so it's about 1/4 of an inch. So that's kind of what I'm looking for before I stick it down. And then we're going to press it all the way down, all the way around, and get a good seal. Just like that. All right. Now, the next thing I did is I had some old dies that I had purchased long ago, and I decided to use some of these. This doesn't come with this Sweet Conversations. This is just a die set that I had that I wanted to use. So I cut out 2 in our basic white. The first one I am going to stick on the inside of the card. All right. And I'm going to do that on the inside first, and I'll show you why here in a second. So I'm going to do this about right in the center, right there, okay? Then I'm going to take the second one, I'm going to close the card, and see how this is sticking out? That's why I did the inside first. I am going to now match up my 2 hearts, and that way when my card is closed, you can't see that heart sticking out. So that's why I put the inside in first. Now it doesn't matter what you use for that piece of your card. On my original card, I used the scalloped contours dies. And again, I matched them up so that you couldn't see it when the card was closed. So whatever you want to use, you can use. I decided to use hearts because I thought it looked sweet. So that's the first thing I did. Then from the same die set, I cut out some hearts. And I am going to actually cut this heart right here. And we'll take the first one, and I'm going to bring back in my silicone mat and give it a little bit of glue. This Indiana weather has been very hard on my body. Some of you might know I have lupus, and so it has been very difficult trying to stay healthy. All right, I didn't put this all the way down because I wanted to slip this in here, and you'll see what I'm going to do here. I'm going to have my hearts interlocking. Just, all right. Then I'm going to just slip my heart right in there. Kind of come in here, maybe crooked like that. How about that? I like that. All right. Then what I did is I grabbed some of my ribbon that came with this bundle. And I'm not always the best at, ooh, my fingers are still sticky. Not always the best here at making bows, but we're going to try to do this and be quick about it. And straighten it out where I need to. Just like, all right, I think that's cute. And I cut on the angle to make my bow look pretty. And then I'm going to use one of my dots. And a lot of times I like to use two of my dots. That way I know it's going to stick. And I'm actually going to find that area where I cut, which is right in here. And that's where I'm going to put my bow. All right. I'm going to fluff my bow up just a little bit so it looks pretty. Then I have this piece. This is a tag that came with the collection in the Sweetheart Dies. It's your tag right here. I ran it through my mini embossing machine. And so let's do a little stamping and get this on here. And what I did for this, I'll show you. This stamp actually says Happy Valentine's Day. Well, I want this to be put on here.
Hello. Hello.
But I'm sorry, there's a phone call that came in, and so anyways, so this whole stamp set will not fit on this. So I'm gonna only ink up part of it.
Oh, shoot.
So just like that. Just gonna ink up part of it. Then I'm gonna grab my mat here because this makes it easier with the photopolymer stamps. All right, just like that. And I want it to go like this. Whoops.
The Steak and Shake in Franklin.
All right. Okay.
All right, you guys gonna go
so we did that.
Relax.
So it says Happy Valentine's. And then let's get the day on there.
Oh.
So I just inked up the day. So the first time I just inked up Happy Valentine's. The second time I'm just inking up day and popping it right there. And then we're done with that stamping. And I am going to use, I'm going to keep this out because I'm going to need it. I'm going to put that tag right here. So I am going to use some of my Stampin' Dimensionals. Just grab 2 of them, put them on the back. Are they okay?
No, I gotta go to Franklin here.
Okay.
I can't see to drive.
Oh my goodness. Okay.
The headlights out or something.
All right. So we're going to put the Valentine's Day banner on there. Now I want to put the 2 hearts up here like I did in my original card, and I saved that to do that with you because I wanted to show you how it's done. So this is my mini emboss, and let's just pull back a little bit so you can see exactly what I'm doing. This is one of the dies that came in the stamp dies, and let's grab the other one. Where did it go? Okay. Oh, there it is. These are such little pieces. Be careful if you have them because they can be lost easy. So I'm just going to stick my 2 dies in there. Now you could do one of 2 things. You can put your stamps on first and then cut them out, which is probably what we should do, or you can cut them out. So let's just see how this goes here. And run them through, and it's as quick as that. So that's that one. I'm going to pop this to the side, and let's see how these turned out. And let's stamp on them real quick, and then maybe we'll have to do it a second time. We'll see. But we're almost done here. Again, I truly appreciate you showing up and watching this video. I hope you're liking this card. And actually, it's a very easy card to make. And I'm hoping that you're seeing that by the tutorial here. All right, so I grabbed Hug Me first, and I am going to just center it on the stamp here. And then we'll pull back, and that looks cute. I'm happy about that. I'm going to pull that off. Then I'm going to do my love you and stamp that on here like that. And again, I have my mat here because I'm using a photopolymer stamp. Oh, that one didn't turn out too good. Let's flip it over. Let's try it on the back. And if it doesn't turn out, then we will actually, it's not going to. I can tell. Okay, no big deal. This is fine because this will allow me to show you what I'm going to do. So I stamped the love you on here. Then I am going to bring back, let's put this lid on the ink here so it doesn't dry out on me. Then I'm going to bring back my embossing machine. I'm using the 1 plate, the number 1 plate, and then I am using the number 2 plate. My plates are old. I have bought new ones. I need to break them out because they are warped and they have been used a lot. So I need to bring it out. And we're going to put this on here and try to get it in there lined up good. Then I'm going to put my 2nd plate on here. I'm going to pull this back just a little bit. And then I'm going to just push it in with one hand and start cranking, and then I can put my hand on the top. It's very simple. My hands hurt all the time, so this is definitely something that I can do very easy if you're concerned that maybe your hands couldn't push or pull or maneuver the Stampin' Emboss. I can do it. You can do it. That's for sure, because my hands are horrible. They are swollen about 99% of the time. I'm just grabbing a couple more dimensionals and peeling off the backs. And then I'm just going to put them on the card right here like that. Love me. Okay, perfect. All right, I am absolutely loving this card. So this is the last thing that I wanted to share with you, and then we will call it a wrap. I have to find out what I did with it though. All right, so I had some leftover designer series paper, and it's always fun to have your envelope matching what you're doing. So I grabbed out some real red ink, and I grabbed my leftover paper that matches my envelope. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take the flap, grab this silicone mat because it really helps me, and I am going to just put some adhesive on here, and I'm going to actually just put in just a little bit of glue right along these edges. I find, and just a little bit, I find that it helps hold it down a little bit better. Then I'm going to match up the line to the card with the paper, and I'm going to make sure that it's overlapping just like that, just a little bit. It's going to come right up to the edge of that, and then I'm going to press it down. So it will look like this on the opposite side. And this just is a good way to show how to use your scrap paper instead of throwing it away and thinking, oh, I can't use that, there's not enough to do another card with. Well, decorate the outside of your envelope. And we're going to come around, and I'm just cutting the edge just on my card, and there I have a cute back side, and I could have used either side. I actually liked the other side better, but you know, I made a boo-boo, but that's okay. It's still very adorable. And I have some really cute stamps left here, so let's add some. And they've got an XO and an XO, and let's just put an XO right here. Let's do something first. Okay, just doing this on the fly here. Blushing Bride was one of the other colors, so let's grab out our Blushing Bride. And I liked this. This stamp just has lines just like that. Okay, so I'm gonna stamp on, actually stamp off and then stamp on. I just wanted it to be light on my card here. Then I am going to take my XOXO and put it in my real red, and let's just put it over that. Oh, that's cute. Very, very, very cute. I love it. And you know, I could. Let's just, I hope this doesn't run it, but we're going to try it. We're going to stamp off and then add a little extra there. That's cute. I like that. It's just something fun and extra to do with your cards to make them fun. All right, so that you have matching envelope. Last thing we want to do is come in with our rhinestones, and then we'll be done. I really appreciate you joining me and watching me. I hope that you learned something with my video. This is a very fun, very easy card to make. If you would like to receive a catalog, I would love to send you one. All you have to do is either send me an email at Lori.harvestlanestampers@gmail.com, or you could go to my Instagram page at Harvest Lane Stampers and leave me a message there. But there we go. We have our card. We have a matching envelope, and we are all ready for our Valentine. Thank you so much for joining me. Happy stamping and have a blessed day.